Recently, I shared about a business goal that I set, and I talked about how I was able to find more success with this goal than any other goal because I released the how. And so today, I want to talk about the steps to manifesting your goals because not enough people talk about them. We typically approach goals from a one-track mind, and I talked a lot about force versus flow when it comes to goals. And when I tell you that flow can really shift the trajectory and the success that you find with your goals when you give yourself permission to operate from that place. Today, I'm going to give you the steps to make that happen. When you're setting a goal and you want to bring it to fruition, there's 5 steps that you need to follow to be able to manifest it. The first step is to ask, to really set the intention. The Bible says in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. The second step is to believe. In Matthew 7:7, the Bible says, ask and you will receive. And here's the thing, if we just believe that it's available, we just believe that our success is inevitable and we operate from that place, we allow ourselves to reach the success that we desire and deserve. The third step is to let go. And we'll talk about that in a moment because that one makes it a little bit more complex and that's one we often run from. The fourth step is to take inspired action. A big mistake that a lot of people make on the journey to manifesting their goal is they take action for the sake of taking action. They're not taking action from intuitive downloads. They're not taking action from things that align with what they want. They're not taking action that's consistent. We have to take inspired action. One of my all-time favorite quotes is by Martin Luther King, and he said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And I always add a little, add on to it saying that once we take that first step, the path begins to illuminate itself in front of us. So just take inspired action as it comes. Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to get in touch with that creative side and take action as it comes to you. A lot of times when it comes to manifestation, we believe that if we set the intention, if we believe God for it, if we let go of the how, and then we're just going to be able to receive, the reality is we're missing the action step, which is a key piece of the manifestation process. So you have to actually be the one to take action. So it's important that you're tuned in so that you can be inspired by the right action, not just any action. Finally, the last step is to receive. Once you have accomplished all of the previous steps, you're able to sit back and receive the outcome of what it is that you desired because let's be real, you worked really hard for it. So let's just go back through those steps one more time so that you kind of have them in order, and then we'll dig into what letting go or surrendering or releasing the how actually mean, what it actually means. So first, asking and set the intention, right? Second, believe that it's possible. Believe that your success is inevitable. The third step is to release, surrender, let go. The fourth step is to take inspired action. Hence the word, pay attention to that word inspired, okay? And then the fifth step is to allow yourself to receive what it is that you set out to do. Now, I just briefly glossed over step 3, which is letting go. And I wanted to dive in and dig into that a little bit more in this video because let's be honest, this is where we get fearful. This is where we get hung up. This is where we get frustrated or angry with the process because we're like, why should we let it go? It's something that I'm passionate about. And the best way I can simplify it for you is think about a plant. Imagine that you're planting some beautiful flower in your garden. When you plant that seed, you don't sit there every single day and watch over it and wait for it and wonder what's taking so long. You set the plant, create the plant, you plant the plant, you plant the seed, you water it when you need to water it, and you know that it's already coming together. You already know the plant will grow. You don't sit there and wonder, you release it. You don't ask how, you release it and you allow yourself to receive that plant when it finally grows. It's the same thing with our goals. We have to stop standing over our goal, wondering how. We have to stop standing over our goal and getting impatient. We have to stop standing over our goal, thinking that if we watch it at every single second, that will actually increase our success. Because what really happens is we impede our success. We stand in our own way. I get it. Surrender can seem impossible. It can seem scary. It can bring up a lot of fear or a lot of anxiety. But here's the reality. Your attachment to the outcome actually prevents you from being able to surrender, which in the long run prevents your overall success. So let's talk about what surrender is so that you're able to really conceptualize it, embrace it, and actually apply it. First, surrender is letting go of your personal agenda, your personal will, and allowing for the divine will. Simply put, you're moving out of your own way and allowing God to step in. Because here's the reality. You could have the greatest idea in the world and the greatest desire in the world, but what God desires for you is far greater than what you can imagine. One of my favorite Bible verses is God works everything out together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. And I believe it's in Romans. I don't remember a lot of verses, but that one really stands out to me because the reality is true. Even on our journey to manifestation and our journey to goal setting and our journey to success, God is working behind the scenes even when we don't see it. That's where the inspired action is coming from. That's where the success is coming from. It is not coming, despite what you may believe, it is not coming from the works that you're doing, from the things, the constant things that you're trying to commit to. It's not coming from that. It's coming from a larger and bigger and divine source. And so when we move away from our will and allow God's divine will to step in, that's when we increase our likelihood of success. Surrender is trust. Really trusting that God has your back. Really trusting that your success is inevitable. And the cool thing is, when you allow yourself to surrender, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. When you're holding tight to one plan, one goal, you're watching over it, waiting, working, wondering, you're releasing the opportunity for amazing outcomes. You're keeping yourself bound. But when you really surrender and you let go of the how and you release it, you allow yourself to step into a chance of receiving boundless opportunities, limitless opportunities. And let me ask you, do you just want to reach your goal exactly as you have said it? Or do you want to be surprised with the outcome because it's bigger than you could have even fathomed? If you're being honest, you want that outcome that just really excites you, that outcome that lights you up, that outcome that makes your commitment, your consistency, and your dedication so worth it. The reality is, I know it's easy to release and surrender to the things that we don't really care about, the things that we're not really attached to. But the more you practice it with the small things and the medium things, the more it becomes a regular practice with the large things. And the more regularly you do this, the more you'll allow yourself to manifest the things that you desire and deserve. The cool thing is, you already have the system. Ask, believe, let go, take inspired action, and receive. Ask, believe, let go, take inspired action, and receive. And you can take these steps and apply it to any goal that you want to achieve, big, small, or anywhere in between. But you have to give yourself permission to really let go in order to receive what it is that you desire and deserve. And once you do it, that's a decision that your future self will thank you for.